Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Space Cats Tactics with me, Bring It On. Welcome to the Federated Lands. Sir, we arrived at the UN planet.
Good. We must reach the UN summit and warn them on time.
Place must be swarming with automated drones. We could avoid detection if we won't get too close.
Finally. Home.
Oh, there's a drone. I don't see any resources. Also don't plan on going the stealth approach.
Look at them, living their day-to-day without a single worry. Humanity exploited us for far too long.
They live in luxury while we do the mining and fighting for them. I wonder if we should warn them at all. Does humanity even deserve to be saved?
But you are free to do as you please. Nobody's forcing you to take those jobs.
What choice do we have? These are the only jobs they agree for us to have.
We do this right now, and I promise. I will do everything I can to improve our relations.
Commander, listen to her. It's time we put those fights aside.
Put it aside? They started it.
For years, we have been slaves.
Let's prove them we're not the terrorists they think we are. Think about what we saw at the Enclave, those conditions they live in. If we do this now, we can save them, and we could finally get peace. Real peace. They will finally see what we really are.
We shall see.
Is this your catchphrase now?
Well, good news is the drones aren't a threat. These guys might be a bit more of a threat. I believe it's the darker ships that are a bit more powerful. I might save my beams for them. Yeah, this is a shield repair ship. I'm gonna hold the line here for now, I think. Oh, zip away. I could use this web ability. That'll buy us some more time. I wish I had the hacking module so I could turn one of these guys to my side. Alright, Durasteel plates take significantly less fire damage to hull.
Okay, I managed to hack their comms.
The fact there's no Perenium that we can see, I assume this is the last mission.
You are on a live channel with them and the galaxy.
Well, hello there.
What is this? Hey, the purple-haired girl. How dare you to interfere?
Listen, we don't have time. The Automata Corp flagship is on its way. They intend to destroy the UN leadership and take full control.
This is ridiculous. The Automata Corps has always been on our side.
Yes, and well funded by you guys.
Listen to me. I am the heir to the Automata Corp, and I know their true intentions.
You? Then what are you doing flying with cat scum?
Please, we have proof.
I am running out of patience.
This recording was obtained using the multi-drive ability to observe the quantum state of time.
In short, it shows what happened in the past.
As you can see in the recording, Automata Corp was behind everything, and not us.
What trickery is this? It's impossible to believe the things coming from lowlifes like yourselves. We'll need time to reflect on this. We'll save humanity.
He's here, Commander.
Pretty big ship.
The Curiosity. It's the only thing standing between us and the UN summit. Fire at will!
We should use the multi-drive on those weak points.
Bisky, get us closer. Lizzie, as soon as we are in range, overload the multi-drive with antimatter.
Okay. Not sure if we can afford to ignore that guy, but we're going to. Alright, well, they're hitting their own ships. I can get behind that. Awesome. Exactly what I wanted. I don't even know if these guys can fire at us, can they? I mean, this guy looks dangerous. When I go over here, I'm gonna take out the hangar first because they keep spawning these guys. And they're pretty dangerous. Oh, there's another hangar. Great. Forgot to equip these. I also up to defenses until a later date. Okay, they have pretty ridiculous range. Also, it doesn't like this hangar is spawning any more ships. Maybe 4 is the max, or maybe this serves a different function. But we can easily outpace them, so as long as I'm patient and keep kiting, we should be alright. I'm gonna loop all the way around the space station, though. I'll try to cut this way. I think at least 2 of them will get their shots off on me. That's too many. kind of lame. I was hoping they would go around this way. Also, can they go through the space station and I can't? Nice, and it's a free action. See you losers later. Alright, I get it. I kind of want to park right here to block more shots from the broadside cannons. This guy's gonna light me up, but I can always laser him on the next turn. Let's do this. That's a free action. Even better. I'm in range. Whoops. Yeah, I'm not even sure if I can target this thing. Possible I'm too far away. We'll park right here, and hopefully both these cannons hit the, well, that one. A little bit of hull damage. We can fix up this time. On this turn. We'll do this. Not entirely sure what this one does, but we'll take it out first. Probably shouldn't have done that, but I think we'll be alright. One less cannon to worry about. Not sure why all of those are missing. Oh, we have this as well. We could just pop this. And actually read the quest description. So load antimatter from destroyed enemy ships into the multi-drive. Use the multi-drive on its weak points, 3 in total, to destroy them. But it won't let me use it there. Let's do that instead. Not sure where they're going. But they're not chasing me, so I don't care. So I'm guessing we just have to destroy these other ships and we're done. Unless I broke the quest because I didn't use the antimatter. There's still another hangar down here. I assumed that I could use it on that one. Oh no, there's engines up here. You can barely see the health bar. Alright, it won't let me... use the antimatter. Oh, my missile just disappeared. Alright, this must be the weak spot then. Okay, is that it? Hoping there's a health bar that I can't see off the screen. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that was the problem. Okay.
that last weak point seems actually not that weak. It's impossible to destroy.
We are taking some serious damage here.
Mitzi, the reactor is getting seriously close to a meltdown.
I was afraid of this. Crew, get to the escape pods right now.
Commander, we're almost there. Where are you? Mitzi?
I have to stay behind.
No. Commander, you can't. There's still time.
He's gonna stay behind and destroy the multi-drive on the final weak point.
It's the only way.
It has been an honor, Commander.
Commander!
It has been a pleasure to fly with you all. Bisky, I am proud of you.
Mitzi sacrifices himself to destroy the enemy, using the multi-drive to destroy both ships. And that's Space Cat's tactics. Well, I am a little disappointed in the game, both in the length and the lack of mechanics. I think it has some charm. You know, it is cats in space. You can't really go wrong with that. But that's really all it had. I think the soundtrack was pretty good. There were some good songs, especially when you're exploring space stations. I didn't hear it elsewhere. But it had this like really good crescendo in it. The voice acting was a little hit or miss. I think Bisky was pretty solid. Mitzi was pretty good. The portraits, I think they should have been stagnant. They should have had the like 3 different versions of each portrait, because Dr. was it Laura? When she smiled, it was just, it wasn't very good. I was hoping that this game would have both a space tactical combat and a boarding party combat. I'm disappointed that it didn't. And also the lack of controlling more ships. I'm assuming that if I even got the hacking software to turn other ships to my side, it's still, I wouldn't be able to control them. It would have been AI controlled. It's also a very short game and very linear. I found that data pad that talked about a hidden cache. I assume I missed it on the same map that I found that data pad on. I'm not sure. The game had potential, as all games do, but I also understand indie developers having a limited budget and a small team. I got shown all the ships we destroyed on the way through. Well, I guess we didn't destroy a mining ship, did we? We may had. I was a little trigger happy in the beginning. I even blew up that one doll dotted. But that was an accident. Also, I think the art was pretty solid, especially the backdrops for a lot of the areas we explored. I think it was the second Voidlands area that I think is of particular note. It was very pretty. But that's going to do it for Space Cat's Tactics. Thanks for joining me on another adventure. Hope to see you guys in the next one.